Welcome to another bookish video, my guys, gals, non-binary pals. This week, I am looking to work through some of that TBR I built. And so I am wanting to use a random number generator to tell me exactly how many pages I should read a day. So this week I am working through the TBR that I created at the beginning of the month, as well as a couple of other random books. And so I'm reading a lot of different things. And so I thought it would be fun if I took a random number generator that told me how many pages I should read a day. And so I'm going to use that number generator, and for the whole entire week, we are going to use that to tell me how much I should be reading. So let's do it. So every day what I will do is I'll get on and we will do the random number generator, and I'll check in with how the book is going, and we'll pick the number of pages that we're going to read, and I'll update you on how the book is. So let's find a random number generator and pick how many pages we're going to read today. So I found a number generator and I've set it 50 to 200, and I will find a way to insert it on the screen. And we will let it pick. And we will let it pick how many pages I'm going to read today. 100. So that's not terrible. Let's get reading. So currently I am reading. I just started Throne of Glass last night. Yes, I have finally taken the plunge. So I'm reading this. As well, my Libby did something weird and it erased like all my data, and so one of my library cards, I have to email them and be like, hey, because it's from out of state. But luckily it was available on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm also reading Down Among the Sticks and Bones. So this is the second book to the In the Wayward Children series. So I'm reading this and this. And I'm also listening to the Fiancé farce. So I'm reading quite a few things. And so using a random number generator will be helpful in letting me know just how much I need to read to get through some of these books. So I'm on chapter 11. She's got a mouth on her. She is definitely 17 years old. Or 18. No, she's 18, sorry. She's legal. Sarah J. Maas made sure she was legal and of age, because I'm sure there's going to be sexy, sexy times later on. So, but she's got a mouth on her. She's definitely a teenager. So I can appreciate that. Well, that was quick. At least it seemed quick. So I finished the second Wayward Children's book on Kindle Unlimited. It was really good. So it was following Jack and Jill from the first one prior to them going to the home, and following them in the moors as Jack was with the Mad Doctor and Jill was with the Master, which basically was the Vampire King. It was really good. These books are addicting. And my library, like Libby, doesn't have a wait for the third one, so I think I'm going to check that out and listen to that audiobook this week. And, well, I have another audiobook to finish first, but then check that out. So that was 92 pages of my 100 to finish that up. And then my last 8 pages, which I did read more than that because I didn't want to leave it off in the middle of a chapter, was chapter 9 of Throne of Glass, which I will read more of this tonight. Or chapter 10. Or did I read 2 chapters? I don't know. I've lost track of where I'm at, but I'm on chapter 11 now, so whatever. I read more than I read more than the measly 8 pages that were left because I wasn't going to leave it off in the middle of a chapter when I had time. And I know I'll read more tonight because this is a bigger book. It's more than 400 pages, and for me, I'm like, ugh, it's a bigger book. That's just me whining. So, anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm on chapter 11. I will probably read more tonight, and we'll see how it goes. Day 2 of Number Generator picks my reads today. So yesterday, I read my 100 pages, and I got a little bit more read, though, in Game of Thrones. I always do that. In Throne of Glass. And I actually ended up reading a bit more to get to a page 104, so I'm on chapter 14 of Throne of Glass. But, so it's Monday, April 14th. I should be getting in the mail today, a day early, Wild and Wrangled from Lila Sage. I'm so excited. That I've been dying. I love that series so much. So this will be taking a pause, and we'll be reading that. But I'll read this beforehand, of course. This is what you get when you buy from your local indie shops. Tangent aside, let's open the number generator and pick what number of pages I'm going to read. Okay, so I've got it set. You can see it's set. You might not be able to see, but 50 to 200, so let's hit generate. 141. So we'll be reading 141 pages today. Let's get to it. It came. It came. It's in my hands a whole day early. So I have 134 pages left to read today, according to what I needed to. So I'm going to hunker down and be reading today. The last book I read in a whole day, but I want to savor this, so I don't think I'll plow through it so quickly. But Cam and Dusty, it is time. I'm so excited! So early morning update on reading challenge. I've gotten in some time while I was doing my hair with my audiobook, and then I translate that into pages. So I am counting that as towards my reading because I'm multitasking. I'll have to calculate those pages though in a minute, but I am getting some time in. Seriously, the Wayward Children series is so good, and I just love how inclusive it is. Wild and Wrangled update. I have gotten to chapter 11, and this book, Lila Sage, is just a master at what she does. I adore how she writes. I am filming a couple other different vlogs while I read this, and so I'll be getting some pages in with this book today, but this one is definitely not disappointing. I knew it wouldn't. I'm not ready to say goodbye to Blue Rebel Ranch though. It's gonna be hard. It is so early in the morning. It's not even 6 o'clock. And I am up and ready for the day because I want to read before work a little bit. But also, I needed to do an update from yesterday because I didn't get to do that because I spent all day yesterday refilming and editing a video when I got home from work. But I did get my measly 94 pages in, and probably then some. Let me figure out exactly how many pages I got. So yes, I read 69 pages of a few books. I continued on with Wild and Wrangled, so I am on chapter 15, and I'm to page 99. And I also finished Beneath the Sugar Sky, so the number 3 book in the Wayward Children. So that was more than enough pages right there, because I was 50% of the way through that, I believe, before I finished it. And then I also started Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, and I read 20-something pages of that, and I started Spells, Strings, and Forgotten Things, but I didn't get very far in that, so I only read a couple pages of that. But I'm reading quite a lot of books. Libby did what Libby does best and was like, here are all your holds. Not quite, but quite a few of them. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So, yes. So today, we need to figure out exactly how many pages I need to read. So let's figure that out, shall we? Okay, so we've got it set up, and 144. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so today I will need to read 144 pages. Whew, all right, I'll get back to you. Change of plans, such as the life of chronic pain. I didn't end up going to work today, unfortunately, which sucks, but it does leave me time to read the 141 pages today. So I'll be reading more of Wild and Wrangled. We'll see how far I get. I'm trying to savor this book, but I don't know if I can, like, not plow through this since I'm home today on basically a heating pad. And we'll see. But again, I'm really excited. We'll see how this goes. Well, needless to say, I got all my pages done because I also finished this book. So I blew well past my pages. And Lila Sage, how dare you make me cry? This book was amazing. Oh, but yes, I blew past my pages again. This is shaping up to be a challenge that I'm just like, yes, I'll do those pages and more. So we'll see what tomorrow is like. Yes, I am wearing this again. I didn't wear it to work. Mind your business. So we're going to pick a number again before I actually go to work today. So I'm actually going to work today. Anyway, this week is shaping up to be, oh, you're going to just read way more than the numbers, but I'm actually going to work today, so probably not. So let's pick a number. Oh God. 190. Of course, the day I have to go to work. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to get reading now because I've got an hour before I have to leave. So let's get into this, shall we? I finished, well, it was a long, busy day at work, but I still managed to read quite a few pages of my books. I've been reading Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail and Throne of Glass, so, you know, mixing it up a little bit. And between the two, I've read 126 pages today. And so I have 64 more to go. And my head is pounding. Thank you, migraine. So I'm already getting ready to cozy up in bed and snuggle up with my books. I'm going to put YouTube on and read for a little bit more, get my 64 pages in. I've been So, last day, random number generator, picking the pages I read. I failed yesterday by 40-ish pages, but I was tired. And seeing as I've gone above and beyond this week, I'm not going to feel bad about it. But let's pick my last amount of pages. I'm like, my brain is not working. It is Friday. I'm done and my head still hurts. I hate migraines, guys. Anyway, so let's pick it. It would be nice to me. 87 pages. So I will keep you updated and then we will wrap it up when we are all done. And I'll give you the rundown. Well, I would say that was a successful week of reading. I went from Sunday till Friday, and every day but one, I went above and beyond for the number generator. I think it was pretty dang good. And I finished 4 books. So I finished the 2 Wayward Children novellas, and I finished Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, and I also finished, as we know, Wild and Wrangled. And there it goes. And I made a pretty hefty headway through Throne of Glass. And so each day, on Sunday, I read 168 pages. On Monday, it was 167. Tuesday was 144. Wednesday, because I was home from work, was 223. Thursday was 150. And Friday was 203, because it was a slower day at work, so I had more time. I was dual reading and listening to Astrid Parker, so that helped a lot. I would say this was a pretty fun way to figure out what I was going to read, like how much I was going to read, and it helped me get through more of my books on my April TBR. Anyway, I would say this was really successful. But if you liked this, let me know down below. Like this video. If you read any of these books, what did you think? What was your favorite of the ones that I read, if you've read them? If you have nothing to say, leave me the mountain emoji down below for Wild and Wrangled. And if you like these kind of videos, subscribe, join our little crew. We only have 10 so far, maybe more by the time you see this. Who knows, but we're a tiny little crew. All right, but thanks guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.